What's going on, everybody? This is Israel Rivera here with another edition of Prime Sports World, and we're here to bring you the 2002 New England Patriots season preview. I'm here with David Henderson, my Packer brother, and we'll both try to be nice tonight. How you doing tonight, David?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just kind of, pushing through the COVID thing, man. Pushing through the COVID, but doing good.
Pushing through COVID, right? That's everybody right now that's through COVID right now. So I hope everything's all well. Everybody, if you're looking for content, like I said, Prime Sports World is the place to be. We go live every day, at least 5 to 6 days a week. And we have the most content on social media, on Facebook especially. So go ahead and like subscribe to our Prime Sports page. And then go ahead and like our NFL Supreme Facebook page and our NBA Facebook page. We'll go ahead and drop that down in the link section. And I want to give a shout out to our sponsors at Bear. Pleasure, Phil. I'll drop the link down to the line as well. They have a nice summer edition. Clothing line coming out. So go ahead and check that out. Good thing. Mr. David Henderson, we're here to talk about the New England freaking Patriots. I just want to start off and just say, how do you think these New England Patriots are going to fare when it comes to the NFC, the AFC conference, the Miami Dolphins? Well, let's start with the Buffalo Bills. Then the Miami Dolphins got better, and then we have the God Lee. Name's skipping me. The New York Jets.
Wow. That's the Jets, man. That's the Jets. I'm not worried about the Jets.
I haven't think about that the New York Jets are even a football team.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm not worried about the Jets. When you said the Buffalo Bills, obviously Buffalo Bills are going to be the biggest competition because they're probably going to be the team to beat, obviously, in the AFC. But I'm not worried about the Jets. You forgot one, Izzy. You forgot one. You forgot the Dolphins.
I mentioned the Dolphins.
Okay, you did. Okay, the Dolphins, they'll give them a little trouble just because last year they split with them last year. So Miami does pretty well against New England, but that's regular season, obviously. So I mean, we never know. Miami could be better. Just depends on Tua, but we'll get into that. Where'd you go, Izzy? But should be interesting. The AFC as a whole should be pretty legit competition. So it's going to be hard as heck, to get out of the AFC, just the AFC period. So.
Yeah, definitely.
One second. But it's going to be tough. Tough competition. Don't mind the technical difficulty. Sorry about that. Sometimes we get that, but just work through them.
Sorry about that, guys. Going ahead and share the podcast with everybody here. But like I said, with David Henderson, Dolphins are going to be. He brought that up a couple days ago. We had New York Jets are probably going to be a 5-win team. They're looking at. Let me tell you something about this. New England Patriots. As much as we want to calm down, they're still got Bill Belichick and he makes something out of nothing every year.
True.
Whether he has no response to running game, Bill Belichick turns those into and speaking of Bill Belichick, in honor of the New England Patriots season preview, I came out with cut-off sleeves, baby. I cut sleeves just for Bill Belichick, baby. Just for football sake. And I hope everybody watches and realizes this.
If you really wanted to honor him, you should have worn the hoodie. You should have.
We have a special guest here, Mr. Al, the Viking fan, coming in here. Bless
Alvin, what's up? Long time no see.
Hey, first off, hey, I like to give a shout out to Lou. You know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day weekend to all the fathers from sports world. David Henry, long time no see. I watch you. You know how we get down. You told me I'll throw you. It don't matter, but man, mano, we talk that football. Topic today we was talking about is about these Patriots. There's nothing to talk about other than Mac Jones.
Well, there we go. That's the question. So you guys lead right into my next question. So what are the
not to get you off, Izzy, but I'm hearing a major echo, bro. Major echo. It's tearing me down.
Oh, that. I've been hearing that echo as well. I'm not sure where it's from as well. That might be coming off your end, David Henderson. I'm not sure, but
David, do you have that's what I was gonna say.
It's David Henderson.
Yeah, he probably had the Bluetooth at the same time with on the podcast, so it was double backing on him.
Yeah, he needs to.
Let's get to it. Prom Sports World. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Al, Viking fan, I'm here.
Big things popping. If y'all don't know who Al Viking fan, y'all best know who the hell Al Viking fan is. Y'all better hop into these group chats because everybody knows Al Viking fan. He is a legend here, a Minnesota Viking fan legend. My man is all over these sports blogs.
I appreciate that. Hey, and if y'all don't know about you know what I'm saying? We don't call him Israel. We don't call him Riviera. We call him Izzy. His name is Izzy. His name is Cheddar Block. His name is AKA the Cheddar Block, AKA Mr. Fold You Up, AKA the man that did this PSW shit. Hey man, we live direct. Man, look, what y'all need to do is share. We on the red comfy couch. We on some Jada Pickett shit. You know what I'm saying? We talking football. We talking about what's going on. And I appreciate you bringing me onto the broadcast. And I'm gonna go ahead and share. But
go ahead. And let me see if David Henderson is hopping in here.
Yeah, but you
David,
said
are you in here? David, are you in here? I don't think Henderson's in here. I'm gonna have to kick David from the thing. Dave,
yeah, you have to kick him. You have to. I'm gonna
kick him from him and just come back and I'll add you on, David. But anyway, leading into my first question, you segued perfect into it. Mac Jones. What are the expectations going into year 2 for Mac Jones? He had over 3,800 yards, 3,801 to be exact, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions with a QBR of 50.9, and I think that was good for 15th or 16th in the league. Good rookie quarterback. I mean, if we have to look at all the rookie quarterbacks, I was more impressed with the guy from Houston, Texas. That's Davis Mills. I thought he was probably one of the better rookie quarterbacks come out. I wasn't too impressed with Trevor Lawrence. I could say this kid, Mac Jones, was probably just as impressed too.
I was about to tell you, Izzy. I ain't trying to cut you off, Izzy, but I was gonna tell you. You said the topic is Patriots. Don't go left on me. Got talking about people out Southwest Texas and shit.
No,
we talking about Mac Jones now. Now I got the hat on.
We talking about Mac Jones. I'm just painting the picture for you now.
All right, we're gonna talk about an Alabama boy that Nick Saban brought up out the motherfucking backwoods, right? And then we're gonna talk about what he did. Okay, he went up against, you know what I'm saying, old buddy from Buffalo, and you know what I'm saying, a little bit of this happened, a little bit of that. Do I see that happening next season? I don't. You know why? Same conference. Jones, no. Old buddy out. What's the old buddy's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Come on, man.
Which one you talking about? From his backup?
Goddamn quarterback for the Bills.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen. I'm telling you right now, this year he's not fucking with Mac Jones. if we on Patriot Talk and we talking, I don't even know the Patriots team like that. But I'm gonna roll the replay in the tape, and I'm gonna roll the tape about. Just give me my 2 minutes. Just give me my 2 minutes. Look, Belichick, something that you wish you was. Belichick, something that you wish you had. Belichick, a coach that no other coach can never be. Belichick, HOF, Hall of Fame coach. Belichick, can we say Canton? Belichick, all of the above. Belichick, yeah, okay. Tom Brady did something without him. Okay, Belichick. If Belichick pulls up and makes Mac Jones something like Tom Brady, the world ain't gonna know what to do. It's like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many?
Hey, we don't know. We don't actually know that question, actually. We still trying to figure out how many licks it takes. We still trying to figure that out. I just want to say this. You telling me that Josh Allen, not messing with Mac Jones? I don't know about that, buddy. Josh Allen's an MVP candidate. I think he's going to win the MVP this year. And I think on top of that, the Buffalo Bills are going to have the best record in the NFL. And they're going to sweep this division. So saying that is kind of egregious coming up on here, Mr. Al, Viking fan. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Expectations for Mac Jones, we've been hearing nothing but good stuff from Mac Jones from guys like Nelson Aguilar and some of the vets that are on the Patriots roster. They've been saying that these, like Kendrick Bourne, they've been saying that this guy, Mac Jones, is ready for prime time. They said that this guy, Jacoby Myers, also had some great things to say about Mac Jones. They've been saying Mac Jones has been on fire this year in OTAs. They say Mac Jones has had great command of the offense. He's dropping dimes out there. He's shown really great volume on his deep ball. So, they're expecting big things to happen this year for Mac Jones. My expectations of Mac Jones, in my opinion, are in year 2, I think he's going to take a step up. You traded for Devonte Barker. Kendrick Bourne's there. You have, Jacoby Myers is a nice fit. You got a fast kid, Tyquan Thornton out of Baylor. We'll get to that in the NFL draft. The only thing is, you re-signed James White. You really still don't, and you still got Damian Harris. You really still don't have that third round change of pace back. But and you lost Ted Karras. We'll get to that too. But you still re-signed Trent Brown. Like I said, we'll get to the free agency stuff. But I think that Mac Jones still has has a lot of potential here. I think he's going to be the next great Patriots quarterback in line. I think he's going to pass for well over 4,000 yards, and I think he'll be in between that 25 to 28 touchdown range. And I'd like to see him limit those interceptions. I don't think he'll throw double-digit interceptions this year. I think he'll be up there in top 10 in QBR or top 15 again in QBR. And I think he'll throw.
You're making me drink. You're making me drink.
And I think he'll throw less than 10 interceptions. I think
the bullshit.
You can say
we on Pro Sports. We on Pro Sports. If I'm Skip, come on, man.
You can say, go ahead, take a sip out the cup because this is after hours, baby. This is after hours. If it was when the kids was up and the kids was still up and they was still with mommy and daddy, it's okay. We put the kids to bed. We put the kids to bed.
I'll let you roll for 2 minutes. Can I get mine?
Oh, go ahead, get yours in.
2 words. Mac Jones, garbage. 4 words. Okay.
Now, why is Mac Jones garbage?
Look at the Dolphins. Are they fucked up?
What do you mean the Miami Dolphins, have they messed up?
You talking about the Patriots. So we talking about the AFC. We talking about the AFC.
Just the New England Patriots. We're talking about just the New England Patriots. I just want to tell you how is Mac Jones garbage?
No secondary.
That doesn't have to do anything with Mac Jones. That has to do with the Patriots in general. What's up, David? The Patriots. And I was right. They don't have a secondary. We're gonna get to that next. David, you tell me your expectations of Mac Jones going into year 2.
Well, he's got to cut down on the interceptions. He's got to
play more consistent. I think the problem is the receiving core is kind of, if you look at the overall receiving core last year, they didn't have one receiver that got over 1,000 yards and had 8 touchdowns. Actually, most of the receiving yards they got was from the tight end. So the offense has to be run a little bit differently as well, because their offense wasn't as smooth as their defense was. Their defense actually was ranked higher than their offense, and their offense was kind of like, it wasn't bad, but it was kind of middle of the pack. Am I still getting an echo there?
No, we're good.
Their offense was ranked 15th overall. Their defense was ranked second. So their offense has to, as a whole, I think, has to kind of pick up the pace and play better. I don't think it's just Mac, although Mac didn't have a bad season. I mean, over 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Most teams would take that. I would, if I was.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, when he threw 3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, not too bad for a rookie quarterback that really, didn't really have much at his disposal in terms of weapons on the outside.
All right, since you want to talk that shit, what is the Patriots? What's their record?
What is their record this year?
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that when it comes down to the schedule. We're gonna get to that when it comes down to the schedule, and we go over the schedule here. The next topic that I want to go over, next question I have is the offense. How will it look with the new play caller? Josh McDaniels is in Vegas now. They literally have no offensive coordinator right now. Bill Belichick's come out and said, Big Fat Matt, Big Fat Matt, Patricia, the O-line coach, and Joe Judge, lay the law down, old Joe Judge, wrap up the troops, old Joe Judge. He was the quarterback coach. Then you got Troy Brown, wide receiver, kick return coach, former Patriot legend, and then Nick Kelly, who's a tight end coach. They said all four of those guys were gonna mentor Mac Jones, and maybe have some play calling ability, responsibilities here, coming up. So how is this Patriots offense, you think, going to look with a new play caller? And also, they added Devonte Barker. They still have Damian Harris. Ramondre Stevenson was an okay backup running back. They re-signed James White, who's pretty much majority is their, pretty much their receiving back, kind of like what Aaron Jones does for us, right? And then you have your two tight ends still there, Hunter Henry, and you still got Jonnu Smith there, right?
Is Jacoby still there? Jacoby Meyer?
Jacoby Myers is still there. You still got Jacoby Myers. You still got Devontae. You traded for Devonte Barker. You have Godley. I just mentioned him. Godley, who's other wide receiver. It's Kendrick Bourne from San Francisco. And then you still got Nelson Aguilar came over from Vegas, and you drafted that kid
Aguilar
from Baylor. So you still have some guys still left on that team. And also I want to say this here. Let me see if you guys can hear me. Also I want to say this, that the Patriots are pretty much strapped, like cap strapped in a way. They don't really have much left in the cap room to even sign any new players, after this season. So they're really strapped for cash in terms of the cap. So like I said, how is this offense currently construction going to look next season?
For me, it depends on what's their identity. I mean, you just said it. Last year, Damian Harris is still there, right? So he ran for almost 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns. He's a decent back. He's a good back, but you didn't have a receiver over 1,000 yards, and their leading receiver. I can't say leading receiver, but their leading guy in touchdowns was a tight end. So Are you going to be more pass heavy? Are you going to be more balanced? Because you eventually you have to be more balanced, especially from where they play at. I mean, you're in Foxborough. I mean, if you're playing in November, December, it's just like in Green Bay. You play in November, December, it's going to be awfully colder, and you're going to have to run the ball. But you have to have guys out there that's going to be, threats, receiving threats. If you don't, then Mac's going to be sitting back there and he's going to be getting sacked, covered sacks, or, they're going to be one-dimensional. So, I mean, if I was a Patriot fan looking at it, I would be worried. I'd be going, okay, what receiver is going to kind of step up? Is it going to be Jacoby Meyer? Is it going to be, what do they get? You said Nelson Aguilar. I wasn't really fond of him when wasn't he in Philadelphia at one time?
Yeah. Well, he was in Vegas last year.
He's not a decent receiver, but I mean, he's a veteran at least. I mean, he has enough experience to where you could teach him something, but a matter of, what's the team's identity going to be? Kind of like I said, me and you, Izzy, we know we're kind of in the same situation with our team, figuring out what's our identity going to be this year. So, it's kind of funny. We're in a similar situation.
And they are in a similar situation, in a way. He actually signed with the Patriots. I'm sorry, Nelson Aguilar's been on the Patriots since last year. Sorry about that. Because he caught his first touchdown last year for Mac Jones against the Dolphins. He was on the Patriots last year. But anyways, needless to say, you're right. They really don't have much out of, in terms of wide receiver. And that's how they drafted Tyquan Thornton. Later I think he was a third round pick if I'm not mistaken. But they're still kind of searching for that, big play threat down the field. And I don't really think they don't have it. I mean, Jacoby Myers is a nice player. They never really had that with Randy Moss besides, Randy Moss. And then, they had Edelman, you had Wes Welker as well along those lines. Troy Brown's was a good player, but, he wasn't, the best, in the league or whatever the case is. So, they do have players on that team. They have a bunch of, kind of ragtag guys. But that's the beauty of Bill Belichick, right? He's such a great game planner that he'll put Mac Jones into a position to win. And like I said, everything seems positive about a training camp. He has great control of the offense. He's looking good with his throws. He's added a little more oomph to his deep throw. They said he looks great on his deep balls over OTAs, and that's just practice. You know what I mean? But and that's off-season stuff. But it's still encouraging signs to hear out of the Patriots camp. In my opinion, I think this offense is, they're not going to light it up. This is going to be an offense where it's going to be, they're going to be balanced. They're going to mix it with a lot of run, a lot of passing. But I think their identity is going to be, Damon Harris, getting it out, to your tight ends, getting it out to James White. Let Mac Jones kind of be a play manager in a way. A play manager in a way. So, I think this offense is going to be a middle of the pack offense. Now, when it comes to their defense, we might have some concerns, right? We don't really, I don't really know if they, other than Matthew Judon, they still haven't re-signed Dante Hightower. The secondary is still suspect. They brought back Malcolm Butler this season. For this season, they re-signed him. They weren't trying to get lightning in the bottle. J.C. Jackson went to the Chargers. They're still searching, and that leads into my next question. Who's going to be the next Patriots All-Pro cornerback, next Pro Bowler for 10 years? I mean, you had, 10-plus years, you had All-Pro and Pro Bowl cornerbacks. You had, Darrelle Revis. You had, Stephon Gilmore. You had J.C. Jackson. Malcolm Butler was a ball hawk. And when I look at it, when I look at him now, I've heard very encouraging signs, very encouraging things out of camp, out of their first-round pick, Jack Jones. I know Jalen Mills, came over. Jack Jones from Arizona State. And he's a small cornerback, but they've been, there's a lot of, good coming out of him. And Marcus Jones, I've heard stuff about him, but they're really banking on like Jalen Mills, 6-year guy out of LSU from Philly. They got him from Philly, and then Malcolm Butler coming over, and then they re-signed Terrence Mitchell. But I think Jack Jones is the guy. I think Jack Jones is a guy to look out for in terms of a rookie that might do some things. Might turn some heads, especially if you're hearing encouraging signs out of that. So what do you think? Who do you think is going to be this next Patriots Pro Bowl All-Pro corner, or that's going to come in here and maybe take the torch from these guys?
Well, first of all, it's going to be tough because, I mean, they have some big shoes to fill. I mean, they always usually have somebody step up. Now, I got to ask, is this Phillips kid that was on there last year, is he still on the team?
The kid from Philly, they got from Philly, yeah. Jalen Mills?
No, there's a guy named Phillips that was on the team last year. He led in interceptions and tackles last year.
Jalen Phillips.
Or Adrian
Phillips. He's actually their strong safety. So they have him as a strong safety here. Alongside Devin McCourty. And then they signed Jabril Peppers. They got Kyle Duggar. They got Peppers. Yeah, Peppers is a nice play out of the Giants, out of New York. So they got some guys in that secondary. But other than that, I mean, we're talking about strictly cornerbacks though, because they've had great cornerbacks, guys that they can put on the island, guys that can shut down the other team's wide receiver. I don't think they have that this year. I don't think they'll have that this year, and I don't think they'll have it for a couple years.
I think they had Phillips listed as a corner last year, and he actually led in tackles. So, I mean, I don't know if they moved him over to safety or he's been kind of playing dual roles, kind of throwing safety and corner.
Right.
But I don't see them having like a lockdown guy. And, I mean, in that conference alone, I mean, you're playing Buffalo twice. You better have a lockdown guy because Buffalo isn't going to be an easy team to beat. I mean, I think they split last year against Buffalo. Yeah, they split last year against the Bills, and that's going to be their main competition for the division. Miami's going to give them a little tough time because Miami always does, and the Jets are the Jets. But you better kind of figure that out. I think you got to look at the schedule and see like how much time do they have before they can find that guy that can actually pick up the pace, because usually if you have a hard schedule, especially in the beginning of the year, you better pick up that pace quick, because once you start getting into the meatier schedule, it becomes now, okay, these wins are for maybe a last playoff spot, maybe it's locking down the division. There's a lot of things that come on the line as you start getting more deeper into your.
But David, with that being said, though, David, when you we can't say a motherfucking thing because everybody look good. Everybody look some type of way on paper.
True.
Everybody look, David. Everybody look some type of way on paper. So with that being said, we can't say, hey, the Packers is going to do this. Hey, the Lions might do that. Or, hey, the Falcons might look like this. Or, hey, did you hear about the Lions getting Baker Mayfield? Or is that false news?
I didn't hear anything. Did you hear anything?
No, we didn't hear anything about that. I would have got that on ESPN. That's rumors. I don't think they're even looking to move on to Baker, But I mean, talking about the Patriots.
So let me ask this. Then. I'm not trying to, nothing about taking over PSW, but all I'm saying is just like, what do you think about where if Baker dropped, if say he just dropped anywhere, would he make a difference, bro? Would he? You know what I'm saying? Would he solidify like that's a solid secondary, bro?
I don't know if Baker Mayfield. I don't know if Baker Mayfield is gonna. We're talking about the Patriots tonight, but I don't know if Baker Mayfield is what they're gonna do with Baker. Teams they can't move on from Baker, but that's neither here nor there right now. We can save that for the Browns. But I just want to say I don't think that they're gonna have an All-Pro corner this year, or a Pro Bowl type of corner. That's re-signing to Adrian Phillips to a contract, on an extension. That was a steal for the Patriots because he did lead them in tackles and he did lead them in interceptions.
And I get everything you're saying, but if we talking about the Patriots, and this is a show about the Patriots, and me as Al the Viking fan, I'm telling the Patriots right now, Belichick, his battery is wore out. Change the battery. I'm telling all Patriots fans that his battery is worn out. Change the battery. You know what I'm saying? For real, the smoke detector is going. I mean, let's be honest, man. Come on, man. You don't have no Claibornes, no Calhouns. You don't have, you know what I'm saying? That dynasty is not there no more. There is no way in hell that the New England Patriots so right now y'all telling me the New England Patriots can take over the AFC East right now?
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So break it down, David. Break it down. David, then Izzy, and then me. It's just only three of us. David, so if the Patriots can't, then who can take over the AFC East?
The AFC East is the Buffalo Bills division to lose. And it's not even close. And the Buffalo Bills are going to sweep that division. And the Patriots are vying to be the second or third.
You think they're going to wipe Miami down for real?
Yeah. They're going to sweep that whole division.
You're crazy as fuck. Miami ain't made the moves that they made for no reason. They know what they had to do. They knew what was going on. The Bills got lucky. Josh Allen is a nobody. Bro, he had a few good seasons because he had some pieces put around him. Buffalo ain't nothing but a little snowy ass fucking. What is them little things you shake around on Christmas? They got the little snow up in it and shit.
They ain't no snow globe.
That's how Buffalo is, man.
Anyways, moving on to
Sports World. Prom Sports World, get a page you like, man. Prom Sports, PSW, man. PSW, man.
You gotta know some of these kids is watching Alvin, so we gotta keep the cursing to a minimum here, buddy.
I'm sorry, sir.
Free agents. Let's go to the free agents, okay? So
we got kids watching us. We popping like that.
No, man. Look, hey, we never know. But it's after hours, so I can get away with a little bit.
PSW, shout out PSW.
Shout out to Prime Sports World. Shout out to Al the Viking fan in this page. Shout out to NFC North, the game, NFL Supreme. Let's go, baby. Free agents. Let's talk about free agents now. So they brought back Malcolm Butler. They added Ty Montgomery. They traded for Devonte Barker. It was a big one. They signed.
What about Funches? Hey, Izzy, cut the stuff. Just get the Funches, bro.
Well, the Funches, they didn't sign no Funches. They got Jabril Peppers. They traded
Funches. I thought got signed to the Lions. I thought Funches got signed to the Lions.
To the Lions. We're talking about the Patriots. I don't care about the Lions right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we talking about the Patriots, this is what okay. I get what you're saying. You done said what's really going on. Okay. Let me ask you this, bro. Can Belichick put these second and third rounders together like he done did before? That's what that's my main thing. I'm not trying to be an asshole or nothing, bro, but I'm just being serious, like, because you know that all he grab is second and third rounders, bro.
We're gonna get to that when we talk about the draft here. So in terms of their free agents, they got Mac Wilson, the good linebacker from the Browns. Then they re-signed Terrence Mitchell. Or not re-signed Terrence Mitchell, they signed Terrence Mitchell, and then returning Jawan Bentley, who was a leader on the pass rush last season. Trent Brown, who should add to the tackle, who's returning as a tackle because they lost Ted Karras. James Ferentz is going to be a backup tackle or backup guard. James White, Brian Hoyer who's been a backup quarterback forever. Matthew Slater, defensive ace. Matthew Slater, not defensive kick, special teams ace. Matthew Slater, and then re-signed Devin McCourty, and then re-signed their Pro Bowl kicker in Nick Folk, who's been consistent for that franchise for a very long time. And then they lost Brandon Bolden, they lost J.C. Jackson, some notable names. They lost Ted Karras. Shaq Mason was traded to the Bucks, and then Chase Winovich was traded to the Browns. So you guys tell me, what do you guys think about the free agents so far, and what are their most important additions?
As far as the Patriots, what they need to pick up.
What they picked up so far. And then, not to mention,
that's what I'm saying.
Not to mention two notable names that they have not re-signed yet. Jamie Collins and Dante Hightower.
I know,
think they
but
can only
I mean,
pick up one, and they're willing to pick up one.
I know, but I wasn't trying to step on David toes. But what I was gonna say is with David, all I was gonna say, not to step on your toes. All I'm saying, PSW. You know what I'm saying? This is what Al the Viking fan gotta say. Even with the Patriots trying to make the moves they make, they consistently have to design their whole organization around Mac Jones, another Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Now with what they picked up free agency, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'll help here nor there, but the Patriots right now does not have a solid secondary. Nor they don't even have a solid D. I'm sorry, Belichick. I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're gonna do, Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Now, then you want to give the to the Detroit Lion bum. You want to give all the offensive plays to him. What is you giving up? You might as well retire. You might as well retire. I'm telling you right now, Belichick. I'm telling you right now. If you want to retire, just retire. Don't sit up here and try to string the rest of the fans along and hurt their feelings. That's not a good look, man. This is Out of Bike fan. I'm letting you know. PSW, man, get a page like, man. For real, David. If you got anything to say, you go ahead and rock with it too. I mean, fall back.
So the Patriots So the Patriots, I believe, the main defense is a 3-3-1. I think they play.
Yeah, but they consist of a 3-4 though.
Yeah, they do consist of a 3-4. That is their base. When I look at what they do a lot. They do play in the 3-4. They've also used the 4-3, but they have increased using the nickel packages, which is the 3-3.
And then the way and the cold part is when they use the nickel back, they don't even use the nickel. They really take a dime and disguise it with the nickel. That's how cold it is.
That's how cold Bill Belichick is on defense. So
David, I'm being
what,
serious, and people might think, oh, Al the Viking fans just be talking like, bro, dude will take a dime package, drop it into a nickel or a non-stack, which what we call it is a non-stack, and he'll bust your ass with 3 down linemen and 5 on the head, and then you'll have like. Look, Izzy know what I'm talking about, and then you have like 5 DBs out there, peeps. I'll lock all your shit down. All your shit will get locked down.
Yeah, and that's my thing. So out of these guys, I think Jabril Peppers is real key to what they do because he could do a little bit of both. He could play in the nickel. He can come up and be a hydrant coming up as a safety. I think he's gonna slide in that role where he's kind of playing that role everywhere. A little bit of linebacker coming off the edge as a blitz in a blitz package. Dropping back in the coverage, obviously being in the nickel.
Is he a true rover? What is a rover?
Well, rover is basically what I damn near just explained. It's a guy that can play safety. He can play nickel. He can play linebacker. He can come after you on the pass rush.
Hey, PSW, Out of Viking fan, Israel the Packer. Hey, David, the motherfucking pack cheese cowboy from the motherfucking best side of the Mississippi. Telling you right now, man, we talking football, man. We talking about shit y'all don't even know about, man. Some of y'all need to dissect this shit, man.
And I watched Peppers in college. I watched Peppers in college, and they had him at linebacker. Now they throw. Remember when he got drafted, they throw him at safety. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. They're putting him at safety. So when you said Peppers, I was like, that's just because I'm a Michigan fan and I followed him because I was like, oh, that's interesting. They got Peppers, and you think, okay, he can play safety, he can play linebacker. That's a tricky kind of Belichick move. Pick up a guy maybe nobody kind of suspects, and then under the radar, you throw him in there. He's playing these different packages. They're throwing him in different packages. They're throwing him at nickel or dime. They're throwing him in there at linebacker and safety. People are going to go, where the hell did he come from? And if he does well, which most guys in Belichick's defensive schemes have played pretty well in the past because he puts them in good position to play well. It's kind of interesting to see how he does this year because, he could actually have a big improvement.
Yeah, and you're right, David, and that's what I'm saying about the packages because I played linebacker. People cannot believe it, but you can check my stats. You can look me up, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You can Google my shit. But I'm telling you, when it comes to those packages like those, like even though dude's the edge rusher, like Peppers, he's the edge rusher. You can take him and put him in a 3-5 package, put him in the middle like a linebacker. He can come down while you got two linebackers to back him up just in case he fuck up. Because remember, he an edge rusher. All he know to just go after it like a DT, like an NT. That's all he know. And then once he does that, you got your two backers there to be the safety, and then you just put your best ball hawks in the back. I'm telling you, it's so much. But I can't wait, David. And it's good talking to you, Henderson. I ain't talked to you in a while. It's good talking to you, man. Good football
You too,
talk.
man.
Football. PSW, good football talk.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And the thing is about Peppers is that he is coming off of a torn ACL and a high ankle sprain in week 7. So we don't know. We're talking about Jabril Peppers. So we don't know what Jabril Peppers is gonna be next year, how healthy he's gonna be. But if he is healthy, he's gonna be a key.
You talking about our buddy out of Michigan?
Michigan, the guy that we were just talking about, Jabril Peppers, he tore his ACL in week 7 last year with a high ankle sprain, and so we don't know what he's gonna be like next year. But I think if he is healthy, and all signs kind of point to him being healthy, come towards the regular season, I think he'll play an important part in the defense that New England Patriots are doing. And then also they have to re-sign Dante Hightower. I know they've been talking about it, and they think they're gonna get the deal done. But Dante Hightower still hasn't been re-signed. He's probably the best linebacker in Patriots history, according to Bill Belichick. I think he's one of the best linebackers in Patriots history too. You got some good ones, Willie McGinnis, Teddy Bruce.
And correcto Monday, he is. And David Henderson, do you agree? Hightower is, and Hightower has been there a long time. The only thing wrong with the Patriots is the secondary. I'm telling you. And if Peppers do come back, hey Izzy, I agree with you, but I have to disagree with you. I don't think he's gonna make an impact out the gate because he gotta weather the storm. He gotta understand what's going on, catch up to the game, the speed of the game. You know what I'm saying? Same as Hunter. You know what I'm saying, with the Minnesota Vikings. So with that being said, I ain't gonna say he gonna be a bust, but I ain't gonna say he gonna have 14 sacks. I ain't gonna say he have 8 sacks. He'll probably have like 5. You know what I'm saying? And then with them running a 3-4, he's got to be more of an edge rusher. Does he have that stability, that enthusiasm, that drive, that mindset to come off of that edge and drive and bust their ass? Does he have that? We don't know. We ain't seen it in 2 years, is he? We ain't seen it in 2 years. Same as Hunter.
That's true, but if he does play top of his game, Belichick gets him cheap, brings him over, and he's able to play at a high level. That could actually be a steal for Belichick because obviously people are going to be kind of wary of picking him up because of his injury. What did you say, an Achilles? So I mean,
no, ACL, torn ACL.
ACL. So he came off a pretty major injury. People are going to be kind of questioning, okay, is he going to be able to come back at full speed? But I've seen this guy when he's played at top level in college, and they threw him all over, and he was a really high-end pass rusher / DB. So he could play both positions even then. If he can play up to that level and up to that speed,
right.
I mean, you add Hightower, you bring him back, you re-sign him, which is, yes, he is very important to the defense because, I mean, he not only gets pressure, but he causes disruption, and he can get sacks, and he can also do so many things on the defense. So you bring him back.
Yeah.
And it jumps it up. Now all of a sudden you bring him back now. All of a sudden now you're a little bit better on defense. Well, a lot better on defense.
Okay.
And it also going to just depend on, like, in line now. Okay, how do the DBs do? Because, like I always say, it always starts from up front and you build back. How does your up front, how does your defensive line do? How does your linebackers do? And if they do well, can the DBs kind of make up for it and get better their second or third year, depending on how young they are.
Okay. Can I ask, hey, Izzy, may I ask something?
Go ahead.
Oh, all right. To all PSW, anybody watching this in any of the groups, anything, give your comments, share this. What I like to say is, okay, since we talking about the Patriots, let's talk AFC East, period. With the moves the Dolphins done made, ain't no way in hell the Patriots is fucking with them. And you can't sit here and tell me, Izzy, right now, that the Buffalo Bills is gonna just walk down the Dolphins, bro.
Well, we went over the Dolphins the other day, so we kind of getting through this.
No, we ain't talking about the Dolphins. We talking about the Patriots, but I'm just saying that's the conference.
I just want to throw it out. You just want to throw it out there. Yeah, no, I think the Dolphins could very much well be the second best team in the AFC East. Me and David Huffman, who's usually the host of this show. He agrees that the Patriots might take a step back this year because of that defensive presence, because they lack a pass rush, because they lack something in the defensive backfield. So they're real shaky there defensively and offensively. I'm going to get to it now. Now my biggest free agent addition for them offensively was Devonte Barker. They traded him with the Dolphins. Devonte Barker's always been a solid wide receiver. He gives them some solidification there in the wide receiver course for Mac Brown to look to next year. What do you guys think about anybody on offense that they added, like Devonte Barker, and they re-signed James White, they re-signed Trent Brown. So
who?
No, I'm talking about, what do you guys think about them adding Devonte Barker? What do you think he's going to bring to the offense next year?
As far as who? What team?
In terms of the Patriots, Devonte Barker.
The Patriots.
To me,
he was a Dolphin last year. He was a Dolphin last year.
What was his stats last year? Did he get over 1,000 yards?
No, I'll have to look that up. I don't think so, but he's always been really solid for the Dolphins.
Just wondering what his stats were last year.
Last year he had 40 receptions, 515 yards for 2 touchdowns.
Okay, and that's with what, Tua throwing him the ball?
And that's with Tua, and I believe he had an injury last season. Let me see. Yeah, he was placed on injury reserve with a hamstring injury. He was reactivated. It was early November. November 5th, he was placed on injury reserve with a hamstring injury. He was activated back on December 4th.
So he wasn't out long, but he was on the month.
Yeah, and the Patriots traded for him along with the 2022 5th-round draft pick in exchange for next year's 3rd-round pick from Miami. So they got him and a 3rd-round pick for next year in that trade.
We're going to have to lean on him as maybe the number one Meyer, because he's young, and then have Hunter Henry, and then you have a pretty decent offense, and then you put in Harris at running back. That's a pretty decent offense. So it's a matter of how is he going to make the jump up from being in Miami's scheme to now Belichick's scheme. There's a lot of guys that have been put into Belichick's scheme that's done pretty well, especially at receiver. So it's going to be a matter of how quickly can he be acclimated to the offense and get acclimated with the offense, because Mac Jones needs weapons. Receivers. He needs receivers. I mean, that's going to be the kind of the do or die, obviously, for Mac Jones, and the pressure is going to be on mostly Mac Jones because, like any team, quarterback's going to get the most attention for the position.
So let's close the book on free agents. What would you rate their free agent class? What would you rate if you had to give them a grade of the free agents that I named so far? That they just their additions. Malcolm Butler, Ty Montgomery, Mr. Fumble, Devonte Parker, Jabril Peppers, Mac Wilson, who was pretty good with the Browns last year. They traded for 2 of these guys, and then bringing Terrence Mitchell over as well, and then re-signing Jawan Bentley, who was a good middle linebacker for them. Trent Brown, who was their starting tackle. James White, we all know what he brings to the table.
You ain't even got to finish. I'll give him a D.
I'll give this Patriots a C+. They didn't really get a name, and they really didn't have money. They were tight on the cap space. They really didn't have the money to go get a big name or get a big splash. If Jabril Peppers ends up, coming back healthy after that ACL injury, I think this will probably be eating my words. A high C as well, me too as well. I'll give them a high C as well. Now, moving forward, on to their draft class. So the New England Patriots had.
David didn't give his.
No, I did. I said a C. High.
He got a high C. High C. Now moving over to the New England Patriots draft class. Their first round pick was a bit of a head scratcher. They picked the Cole Strange, out of number 29 overall, the guard out of Chattanooga, who was getting mangled. He was getting mangled in the Senior Bowl, they said, by all different types of high-end competition. They did trade away Shaq Mason, so they do have a need there for guard. But they could have got the kid out of Central Michigan, or they could have got, another cornerback like Andrew Booth, a better cornerback. Somebody, they could have got the kid from Washington. They could have got the kid Andrew Booth Jr. from Clemson. And I'm talking about Kyler Gordon from Washington. And then they could have, got golly, there were some other guys that were just left on that board. When I look at who they drafted ahead, Cole Strange, he was number 29 overall. They could have got, they needed edge rush hope. They didn't get the Greek Freak of football, who was George Karlaftis out of Purdue. They could have got him. They could have, gotten the kid out of that went to Minnesota, Louis Sean. They could have got, Logan Hall. They could have got Christian Watson from Green Bay pick. They could have got a lot of guys.
Isaiah, the linebacker out of Iowa State.
No, yeah. They could have got a lot of guys. They could have, they could have even took a flyer. They could have even took a flyer on David Ojabo and sat him and worried about him next year. And you would have had an edge rusher for the next. You could have had an All-Pro, Pro Bowl edge rusher for the next 10 years. With David Ojabo, you know very much, David, how good David Ojabo is probably going to be next year. I mean, I would have took the kid, even Luke Gadecki out of Central Michigan over this kid, and Ed Ingram out of LSU. I mean, yeah, if you're looking for a guard, I mean, you could have got the kid from North Carolina. You could have got Petit Frere from Ohio State. You could have got. There's so many kids, man. The Central Michigan had two guys drafted in the first 3 rounds. Central Michigan had two linemen drafted in the first 3 rounds. That they had a good offensive line last year. You could have got either one of those guys over Cole Strange. I just don't get why they went and got Cole Strange. And then you got your second round pick, Tyquan Thornton. He's speed, nice wide receiver. But he's more of a mid round pick. He's more of a they traded their second and fifth round to move up 4 spots just to select him. That's a head scratcher in my opinion. I don't know. He's gonna complement the wide receivers. I really don't know like why they went and got that kid. I mean, and then they did good with Marcus Jones, who's gonna be a good kick returner. He's a kick returning ace. Bill Belichick knew what he was doing with that kid, the kid out of Houston. And then they got Jack Jones, who's I've been hearing 5'10", 171, got good size. I've been hearing great things out of minicamp from this kid. And then you got the running back Pierre Strong Jr. Running back South Dakota State. We'll see how he does. They have 3 running backs ahead of him on the depth chart so far. Then they drafted Bailey Zapp in the 4th round to be their 3rd string quarterback there. And then the 6th round pick Kelvin Harris out of South Carolina, Sam Roberts out of Northwestern Missouri State. Don't know too much about him. And then you got to look at some of these round 6 guys. Chason Hines. He's a guy out of LSU, 6'2", 237. Powerful build, like Michael Notwenu, who's the other starter on that team. He's got some good physical traits. We'll see what he ends up being. Then you got Andrew Stuber out of the tackle out of Michigan, who you could tell me a little bit about this kid. He does a little bit of everything. He's efficient, but he doesn't really jump out at you. In terms of being a tackle, the kid, the tackle from Michigan that they got in the 7th round. So out of all of that, what do you think about their draft? What do you grade their draft?
Well, first of all, as far as the tackle from Chattanooga, it depends on, for me, where did you get him and how high of a need is he? If you draft him,
29 overall.
Well, 29. you know, again, it depends on what the line looked like last year. If they have guys on the line right now that can come in, he could kind of be he could be a project guy. As far as like the guy they got from Michigan, he was kind of a fill-in guy. He would come in and he would fill in roles on the offensive line when they needed him. So I mean, he's an adequate lineman. Michigan's always kind of built adequate linemen.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of guys come in that you kind of didn't expect to kind of be really good linemen. Like we picked up Runyon and Runyon. Everybody expected Runyon to kind of be like, oh well, just a kind of a suitable backup, and Runyon came in and proved himself. So it's going to be interesting to see where these guys like get kind of placed in and how quickly they have to be placed in, because if they really needed a guy that badly, like you said, there's a couple of guys on defense and on offense. Offensively, there was tons of weapons. They had tons of weapons on guys that were in the draft that you could look at and go, wow, there's like the depth at receiver was ridiculous. The depth at certain positions was ridiculous. Defense was pretty good too. So you could sit there and go, they could have picked this guy, and this guy, and it would have been maybe more of a fill-in need right now. So right now, it's like a low-end C to a D. I don't know where these guys are going to fit in, and I don't know, like, if they're adequate guys that are going to just kind of come in and fill those spots right away. That's going to be the question. Are they going to be able to, like, fill in spots right away guys, or are they just kind of guys that are developmental and you place and plug them in when they're needed, like the Chattanooga guy, the tackle from Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're expecting Cole Strange. I think they're expecting Cole Strange to probably be a starter. After losing, Ted Karras was a center, but after losing their other guard, Shaq Mason, they traded to the Bucks. I think they're expecting Cole Strange to, you pick him 29th overall, you expect him to be a shot. I think he's a project. I think he was a third-round pick. There are other guys and other needs that they could have used. They could have got the kid out of Purdue. He would have been a great passer. He would have been a good pass rusher for them. I think Bill Belichick would have been able to mold that kid. I think when he looked at him, I think he saw that I had a few of those on my team. I don't need another one. When I look at their first four picks, I look at their second guy, Tyquan Thornton, who was another, could have been, they wasted a second-round pick on him. I think he was a fourth-round pick, in my opinion, but he's a speed guy out of Baylor. Then I look at the two Joneses. I look at Marcus Jones from Houston. He's not going to be he's not great in the defensive backfield, but he's great in special teams. So, he's going to be your kick returner and punt returner from day one, in my opinion. I think Bill Belichick knew what he was doing with that pick. And then Jack Jones out of Arizona State, who played really well in the Pac-12. I think that kid's going to be a day one contributor on that defense out of the defensive backfield. And I've been hearing great things about him at an OTA. So, when I look at the draft, I give it a D+, because they didn't really fill any needs that they had. They needed wide receivers. They needed the edge rushing help. They could have, despite, forget the line, because
wait, did you say D or did you say D+?
Okay, but Izzy,
I said D as in dog.
But Izzy, if we are we changing notes? Are we still talking about the Patriots, or are we just changing notes?
This is the whole Patriots show, man. We're talking nothing but Patriots here.
Okay, so what I'm saying as far as the Patriots, so right now, you know what I'm saying, out the gate, who are they capable of sweeping in the AFC West? I mean AFC East.
The Jets.
Easy to Jets.
To be honest, that's it. That's so. What about,
they're not sweeping. They're not nervous.
The Dolphins, the Jets, the Patriots, and the Bills.
The Bills. They're not sweeping.
So they splitting with everybody else.
They're not splitting with everybody else. They ain't splitting. They might split with Miami. They'll split with Miami, but I don't think they'll split.
I don't know.
You think they'll get swept by Miami?
I just asked you, and you said
I think they can split with Miami. Miami
so
and Buffalo.
now you saying that they can sweep other teams?
I think that the only team that they can sweep is the Jets, maybe. But they're not sweeping the Bills.
The
No,
They're
Patriots.
not even beating the Bills. They're not even going to beat the Bills this year.
No,
I don't know.
we talking about Mac Jones and the
Talk
Patriots.
about the schedule, Izzy. We'll get to the schedule. We'll talk about that.
So you
All
saying
right, we're going to hit
okay?
the schedule in a second.
Hold up. You saying the Patriots, right? They can sweep the
Patriots.
Jets. The Patriots.
Yes.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that. And but who are the Patriots capable of winning the AFC East on this? What is this? The third year of Mac Jones?
This is second year. Second year.
All right. He went to the playoffs in his first year.
First year went to the playoffs, but they didn't do much though. They floundered. They
don't even matter. Hey, where did he lose? Where did he lose, Izzy? Come on, man. He lost in Buffalo, bro. Don't cap on me, man. Come on, man. Let's keep it real, man. Dude is gonna dig in their chest. He got something to do. I ain't saying that Mac Jones is gonna take the Patriots to do something different.
The first game he went against the Patriots, they ran the ball like every damn play. Remember that game, David? Because it was so windy. They ran the freaking football.
What does it matter? You talking about what Buffalo's game plan was against the Patriots?
I'm talking about New England Buffalo. New England beat Buffalo because it was so windy that game.
I know, but I'm telling you right now. If New England play Buffalo right now, week 1, New England will beat Buffalo. Do I think New England is a playoff? Yes. Do I think New England is a playoff team? Yes, they are. Are they capable of winning that division? Yes, they are. Do I think that New England? Are you gonna let me finish?
Go ahead.
Okay, I think PSW Prime Sports, just out of Viking fan. Do I think New England can win a division? They're capable of it. Will they win it? I don't know. I said they're capable of it. So don't try to put no man, how my camera work? Don't put that bullshit on it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is how the division gonna work out. The motherfucking division gonna work out. New England, Buffalo, motherfucking the Jets gonna finish third, and the motherfucking Dolphins gonna finish last.
Ha! Whoa! You heard it here first, and I was a Viking fan. That is pretty bold. And if you went and bet on that, probably in Vegas, and if that actually shook out like that, you would be a very rich man because the odds of that happening are very unlikely. Anyways, what do you give their draft class? I gave it a D plus as in dog because they didn't cover anything that they didn't get anybody that they should have gotten. They reached for 2 guys. They went and got a kick returner, punt returner in the 3rd round when they could have got another. They had some guys up there on the board, and then their 4th guy I think was probably their best pick in Jack Jones out of Arizona State. So what do you think their draft grade is, David?
Didn't I give it already? I thought I gave it a D.
You gave it a D? You gave it a D? What about you,
I gave it a D because I think they reached on a few guys that you mentioned, and I think that we're kind of like unsure on I'm unsure on the role if they're going to really be able to be contributors right away for the Patriots, or are they going to be able to be good enough to be contributors? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Al.
No, not me. I just look at it like this, you know. I'm like David. I'm a piggyback off what Henderson said, man. It's a D, man. They gave it a D, and I give it a D too. You know what I'm saying? What else am I supposed to say? You know, as far as
I agree.
When if you dissect it the way that you're supposed to dissect it, like people, you know, they might think that we might hoop and holler, but like when it comes down to real football, like we know, you know what I'm saying, the difference between an A and a B gap, or 2 or 3. Whatever you want to call it, we know the difference. We know the packages. We know the play. We're not goofies. You know what I'm saying? Like in these groups, we talk football, and we do that when we want to. Yeah, we might troll each other. Yeah, we might do this, do that, but we do this for real. Am I right, Henderson?
No,
you know,
it's true.
like we do this for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I can sit here and look you dead in your eyes and tell you that Minnesota is gonna walk around this motherfucker about 10-7. I can tell you that. We'll
Another
be in the
bold prediction,
playoffs.
AV.
We'll be in the playoffs, but right now,
Another hell of a prediction.
the Patriots are being a playoffs. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they're not gonna be a wild card. They're gonna win their division.
Let's go. Let's move on to the schedule and let's hit the last aspect and let's kind of fire right through this. First week of the season, they go to Miami and they play the Miami Dolphins. Who do you guys got?
I got the Miami Dolphins in Miami.
What about you, David?
Miami split last year with them. I say, it's going to be tough. It's tough. Part of me wants to say they split again, but part of me is going sweep. Split. I say they split.
David, come on, man. It's week 1. Everybody healthy.
It don't matter.
Week one, I got Miami.
Yeah, David want to go Miami like me.
Week 1 I got Miami. Go ahead and sweep it. I think they're going to come out like Al said. Everybody's healthy. Week 1, they're going to show out that offensive offensive firepower that they got in Miami. They're actually going to expose New England secondary with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and those boys. Week 2 they go to Pittsburgh and play the Steelers and Mitch Trubisky. Who do you guys got?
Wow.
Pittsburgh has no quarterback.
Where they at? They at the steel mill?
In Pittsburgh. They're in the steel mill.
Oh man. New England?
I'm actually gonna go New England as well too.
I'm going New England. I don't think they have enough of an offense right now. Pittsburgh is kind of in flux, so I say Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, with me, what I'm gonna say is, hold on, but can I say what I can say? That Pittsburgh don't even know who their quarterback gonna be, and New England know that they got Mac Jones and they know what they're gonna do, so they pulling up, man. I got New England going 2-0 in the week 2.
I'm going 1-1.
I got New England. I got New England at 1-1. They pick up a win against the Steelers here. And then week 3, the Ravens come into town on November 25th. Who do you guys got? New England or Baltimore?
New England. New England
starting off 3-0. Woo! I got Baltimore winning this 22 as well.
You want me to tell you why? What can I say why I think this is why? Okay, yeah, you got Lamar Jackson, you got, you know what I'm saying, these pieces to these puzzles. But when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying, that's the first home game, Gillette Stadium, crowd gonna be pumped, shit fits to get happening. We're going on a 2-year, man. We fits to see what's going on. Belichick feel like he got it. He got to get one. He feel like he got to prove Tom wrong.
And this year, the Patriots play all NFC North teams this season. So you got Baltimore, and then week 4, and I say that because I roll into week 4. They go and visit my Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field.
Green Bay Packers. Let's make it clear. Our Green Bay Packers.
That'll be their first loss.
That'll be New England's first loss. Wait, that'll be whose first loss? The Packers?
No, that'll be New England's first loss. They'll walk in to Lambeau. They'll walk into Lambeau 3-0, and then they'll lose week 4. We on week 4, right?
Yep.
We on week 4. I got them losing to the Packers, and I don't even think it'll be close.
We on week 4. Let me lose to the Packers.
Let me drop something for you. Last 4 meetings, Green Bay's 3-1 in the last 4 meetings. And just think about that. Belichick has been coach of this team. Green Bay goes in there, defends home field advantage. In New England right now, they will be coming in, 1-2 for me. So they're kind of shaky after the Ravens game, and they're going to have a stretch where it's the Ravens and the Packers. And then they're going to go on a kind of an easier stretch. So Green Bay wins. New England drops to 1-3.
Okay, and then week 5 they go. Then week 5 the Detroit Lions come into town into Foxborough. Who wins that game?
The
To be honest, New England.
Yeah,
New
New England
England.
wins that game. Yeah, I got New England sweep it. They're 2-3 at this point in my record. And then they go to Cleveland week 6, October 16th, and they play the Cleveland Browns. We don't know if Deshaun Watson is going to be quarterback. I'm going to assume that Deshaun Watson is not going to be the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to notch this as a W for New England.
Let me say something about this game. Last year they played them. The Pats beat them 45-7. Okay, they beat the crap out of them. So no matter if it's Baker or Deshaun, Patriots win this game.
What about you, Al?
In Cleveland?
In Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
And you gotta remember, Deshaun Watson might get suspended for the half game.
That's what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying? Okay, if Deshaun Watson play, Cleveland gonna lose. If Deshaun Watson don't play, Cleveland gonna lose. That's my pick.
So they're gonna lose regardless.
Period. Point blank.
Week 7.
New England gonna walk around this bitch. Whatever Patriot fan that done burn that jersey and all that shit. I'm right now. I'm live out of Viking fan on PSW, Prime Sports World, letting y'all motherfuckers know y'all burned it for the wrong reasons. Y'all forgot about Belichick. Tom got made from Belichick.
Week 7.
Go ahead, bro.
Week 7, the Chicago Bears come into town to Foxborough. Who do you guys got winning this game?
Oh, New England.
New England, and here's why. The Patriots are in the last 5 meetings against Chicago. They're 5-0. They're 5-0 going 5-0 against Chicago, playing Chicago. So they're going to go in there.
I got the Patriots. Yeah.
And beat them.
My thing, and to piggyback off of what Henderson said, my thing, yeah, they 5-0 against them, but like, let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? Chicago is not looking like, you know what I'm saying? For real, they need to go get a bite of Snickers.
They're gonna be hungry all year. They're not gonna win many games. The Chicago Bears lose this game in Foxborough. Bill Belichick continues his dominance over that franchise, and I'm gonna say this right now. I just think Chicago doesn't have enough offensively or defensively to even, I think this is a game where Mac Jones.
But is that all on paper though? Is that all on paper?
I think Mac Jones has one of his better offensive games this year against Chicago Bears.
I know, but Izzy, PSW, is that all on paper? Comment. Is that all on paper? Is that all on paper?
What do you mean?
As far as what you just said about the Bears, you know what I'm saying? The same thing they say about the Vikings. You know, people gonna be like, "Hey, Dalvin Cook got to be good," you know, or "Oh, can Belichick really win with the Patriots? Can he really make?" You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go. If we talking about the Patriots, bro, let's go back 94 Patriots, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back 95 Patriots, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bill Parcells there.
Huh? You said what, sir? I'm sorry.
Bill Parcells there, he's talking about. Anyway, let's keep the show moving. Week 8, they go into the MetLife Stadium and play the New York Jets. Do the Jets win this one?
Yeah,
or do the New England Patriots win this one?
No, I was just saying, David Henderson, you might can recollect. Let's talk about the 94 Patriots, the Bledsoe days, the Tuna days. You know, let's talk about the Tuna days. You know,
they were good. They were good back then, but this is now. We're talking about Mac Jones and the New England Patriots right now, and right now they're an okay team.
That's what I'm saying. No, they're better than okay team. You can't classify the Patriots with a coach that they got as an okay team. They're a better than average team. They are a team that you have to watch out for. The Miami Dolphins rebuild and try what they do and give up all these picks and get all these first-round draft picks because they want to compete with the Patriots. You get what I'm saying? The Buffalo Bills went and got Josh Allen or whoever the fuck because they wanted to compete. They wanted to be there. That's what PSW. I'm telling you the truth right now, out of Viking fan.
I understand that. I understand that, and I believe, trust me, I totally understand. They want to beat Belichick. They want to be the staple of that division, and I think right now it's the Buffalo Bills. It's Josh Allen's time, and depending on how Tua looks, if he's healthy and that offense is healthy, it might be Tua's time in that division, and it might not be the Patriots' time. But I think they have a good foundation with Mac Jones. Week 9, the Colts come into Foxborough. Who wins?
Oh, Colts, Foxborough. Colts.
I have the Colts. The Colts winning now. Last year they were able to beat them with Wentz. With Carson Wentz, they were able to beat the Patriots.
Now they got Matty Ice.
Now they got Matty Ice. I think Matty Ice is a little bit better than Carson Wentz. I'm sorry, but I know a lot of Patriot fans may be like, "Oh man," but Matty Ice didn't really play with a team that had a great offense. Offensive line that protected him. They had great receivers at times, but when guys like Gage actually played, but I got the Colts. I got the Colts winning this one.
Yeah,
you got the Colts winning that one?
No, I got the Colts too. PSW, I got the Colts too.
You got the Colts as well. I got 7-4. I got them beating the Colts as well. I got them at 6-3 so far right now.
I mean, but they gonna be around that time. They gonna be, what is that? What we on, week 6, week 7? They gonna be.
No, week 9. Week 9, they get a win going into the bye.
They do for a loss. They do for a loss, bro.
In my opinion,
let's get it rolling.
The Patriots right now, after that Green Bay loss, after starting off 1-3, the Patriots go on a 5-game win streak going into the bye week. And then week 11 comes, and they continue their win streak because the Jets come into town and they sweep the Jets this year on to 7 wins so far. They're 7-3 so far going into week 12 after beating the Jets. I think they go on a 7-game win streak. A 6-game win streak beating the Jets here.
I got them back on this back on the snide again. Not on the snide, but back on the winning streak. They got. They dominate the Jets usually, so they'll dominate the Jets again. They'll go to 6-4. I think I got them now. They'll get back on the winning streak again.
No. Hold up. So you telling me that the Jets is just gonna give up and take it? Hold on.
If you ask me a question, I will answer it.
Hey, it's my turn, ain't it? Ain't we analysts? We talking about it, right? We analysts, right? Y'all telling me that the Jets with all these number 1 picks and all these trades and all these mishaps and everything that they doing, and then that little old 3-win season, 2-win season last year, y'all gonna sit here and tell me, both of y'all Packer fans, gonna sit here and tell the Viking fan that y'all believe that the Jets is capable of sweeping New England next year? I mean, no, getting swept by, excuse my language, getting swept by New England? No, it's not happening, because what the Jets have put together, and then what we're going off of is y'all telling me that the Jets will get beat down in Foxborough last game of the season in the snow.
Now check this out. So I think I had them two episodes ago against with the Jets preview. I think I had them splitting. So I think I had the Jets winning at home. I think I had them winning at home and then going to England and losing. But I had to change my mind. I think I had to go back and I had to say, man, the Jets lose both of these games. I think the Jets are going to be real competitive this year just because of what they got on defense. They're much better than what people anticipate. I just think they're going to be a lot like the Detroit Lions last year, where it's just like they played a lot of close games. They could have won 8-9 games if they just knew how to win football games. But I just don't think this Jets team knows how to win football games at the pro level just yet.
Exactly, and that's the same with me. I don't think they have a good enough team right now to compete. Hold on a minute, you to compete in that division.
He said the pro level, though, David. What is the pro level?
It don't matter. Hold on a minute. You asked me a question, and I will answer that. So competitively, Buffalo Bills are still the team to beat in the division until it's proven. New England got better. The Jets right now are like the Lions. They're building up. They're trying. Right now, you have 2 teams in that division that are better right now, and they don't have it this year. They're a young team. The Jets have a very young team, and they will be in games where it's going to be, low scoring games or close scoring games, but they're just right now not ready to beat them. They're not ready to be a team.
Okay.
So Al, I get what you're saying when I say pro level. You're right. I shouldn't use those words because they're all professionals, and they ain't playing college football. They'd wash the floor with Alabama if they played them. But what I'm trying to say is that they're gonna roll out. They got 3 rookies in this draft. Garrett Wilson. They got Garrett Wilson. They got the kid out of Florida State, the defensive end, and then they had.
Who you talking to?
I'm talking about the Jets, and then they got Sauce Gardner. Those are 3 guys that are going to start right away for the Jets. And then you got Zach Wilson.
So y'all think that the Jets is
young players. You got a lot of young players on that Jets team.
So y'all telling me that the Jets just gonna get beat up?
I think the Jets are going to get swept this year by the Patriots. That's what I think right now.
You have to rather that's mine.
Moving forward to week 12, Al, you're going to like this one. Week 12, the Patriots roll into where? Where they roll into, Al?
Minnesota.
They roll into Minnesota, baby. And do they get the W or not? I'm going to say that they lose this game to Minnesota, and their 6-game win streak is over with in Minnesota.
No. We'll if we win, I don't know if we win. I don't know. I ain't gonna. But if we do, it probably be about 3. Cause this year is the year of the kicker. Al said that. PSW, Al the Viking fan said that it's the year of the kicker. Watch out for Minnesota. Yeah, we said that.
Yeah. Okay, David, what's your take on that game?
Dude already left, man. It's me and you rocking, bro. Let's go.
Henderson left. Oh no, Henderson's back. Henderson's back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So we're doing what? Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Well, I think Minnesota loses this game. I know. I could hear the wheels turning in there, turning, and you're going to be going, why does it happen? I think it's going to be a game late in the season where New England's going to need this win to keep up with Buffalo. Okay, hold on a minute. To keep up with Buffalo in the division, both Minnesota and New England are both going to be fighting for the same thing. New England's going to be trying to fight to keep up with Buffalo. You guys are going to be trying to keep up with Green Bay. New England, this game is going to get the win, okay? And they will roll up to 7-4 and continue to kind of trail Buffalo. They're trailing Buffalo, trying to get that division lead. They're catching up. They're playing catch up.
Hey, check me out. This is out of Viking. David, I love you. So you telling me that New England don't come in and beat Minnesota and you saying that right now on PSW?
I am saying that right now, recorded. I am saying that right now, and I gave my reason, and it was a damn good reason.
David, small bet. You owe me 50 push-ups if we win.
15 push-ups for what? New England's not even my team. Why would I owe you push-ups? See this team right here? This is the team I represent. This is the team I'm talking about right now.
Let me see. Move.
Let's get.
There you go.
Let's get up. Let's get this back on the road. So after they go against New England.
Hey, PSW, man, we out here, man. PSW, we out here, man. Y'all get a play, y'all give all this shit
Buffalo comes from the town. The Buffalo Bills week 13. Who do you guys got?
I don't know.
Here, let me read this. Let me kick David out. David, come back in the stream.
Okay.
I think it's you.
Hello.
Let me kick him from the studio. Yeah, now it's better. So who do you got? I got the Buffalo Bills beating the New England Patriots here. They're gonna sweep the division, and the New England Patriots are 7-5, lose 2 in a row here. Who do you got?
As far as now, who you said again? I'm sorry, sir. Repeat.
Buffalo comes into town. Buffalo comes into Foxborough.
Okay, so Buffalo coming into Foxborough. I believe Buffalo and New England are gonna split.
Gonna split? Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna split. That's logic. That's real. New England gonna sweep the Jets. New England to sweep the Jets. New England gonna split with Miami. They're gonna split with Buffalo. And then who else is it? Who else is in that shit? Come on, man. Work with me.
Then they got the Jets and the Dolphins.
No, you got the Jets, the Dolphins. Oh yeah, that's all 4 of them.
Buffalo.
Yeah, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Buffalo. Yeah,
I got them beating. I got Buffalo beating New England in Buffalo and at Buffalo. And then next week, week 14, they go to Arizona and play the Cardinals. Who you got beating? Who you got winning there? New England or Arizona?
I don't know because we don't know what Tyler acting. Tyler, you know, he acting. What is Tyler doing?
Right,
you know?
Tyler Murray.
I mean, for real. I mean, hold up. You asked me a question. Let me answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, check me out though. PSW. You know what I'm saying? This is for real. This out of Viking fan. Like, what is Tyler gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to say? You know, your man's my guy, Izzy. You know, go pack, blow. They asked me a question I can't answer because you don't know what's really going on. I don't know what's going on. Like everybody look like something on paper. I'm a firm believer, and I don't know about y'all in PSW, but I know me. I look at it like this. He's still got the I look at it like, what is your get some headphones.
See these? They're dead.
Charge them.
Yeah. I don't know what the.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is
Oh, it's better now.
Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Well, we can hear you. We hear you. You made me lose my train.
All right, we're good.
You want my opinion?
What was the question you asked me, Izzy?
Were the Buffalo Bills? So who wins against Arizona and New England going to Arizona?
Okay, yeah, New England. Like I told you, New England gonna split Miami. New England gonna sweep the Jets. New England gonna split with Buffalo.
Okay, is it still echoing? Probably still is.
That's it.
No, here it is. We're here. Anyways, Arizona. I got Arizona winning that game. I mean, New England getting Arizona. I don't know what Kyler Murray's gonna be. And then the next game, let's go rapid fire here. Week 15, they go to Vegas, the Raiders. I'm going to say that a loss right there late in the season, a critical loss, dropping them to 8 on the season.
Okay, so I got them splitting against Buffalo. So that first game against Buffalo is going to be a loss. They're going to beat. They're going to lose against. Wait a minute. They're gonna win against Buffalo the first game. They're gonna win against Buffalo the first game. They're going to beat Buffalo first game, beat Arizona, lose to the Raiders. So they're gonna go on. What do we got here? 9-5. I think I got them 9-5 right now. So they'll lose to the Raiders. They got them losing to the Raiders as well.
That's 12. Ain't
I got them at 8-6, total 5. And then week 15, I have week 16, the Cincinnati Bengals come into town and play the New England Patriots 2 wins.
I can't hear you. Be honest.
I said week 16, the Bengals come into town and they play the New England Patriots. Who wins?
All the Bengals and the Patriots. Where they at? Cincy?
They're in Foxborough.
And what's the winner?
It's going to be December 24th. So Christmas.
December 24th?
Yep.
Christmas Eve?
Yep.
Mac Jones.
And I'm going to say, I'm going to give them a win as well. And I'm going to move them to 9-6 so far in the season.
I will have. I think Cincinnati loses. Cincinnati's only won 1 out of the last 8 meetings against the Patriots. So give them the Patriots a win. That will move them to 10 wins. I think I got. No, I have my information written down right here. All my notes.
Then what? They already got the questions before the show?
No, I write notes because I keep track of everything in their schedule. And I got reasons why. Reasons why. I research. I do my motherfucking research. So anyways.
Yeah, I know too.
The Bengals lose that game. The Patriots go to 10 wins.
David, best quarterback in Bengal history.
Yep.
And then week 17, the Dolphins
Boomer
come
Esiason.
into town in the Foxborough January 1st. Who wins?
I had the Dolphins win the first one. The Dolphins will lose this one. The Patriots will go to 11-5.
I got them splitting. So I had the Dolphins winning week 1. I got the Dolphins losing in Foxborough week 17. And that puts the Patriots to 10 games. 10 wins.
This next one will be a key one.
I said that the Dolphins will split with the Patriots. And the Patriots, the game that they win and account is the one that put them in the playoffs. To win their division. Book it. Al said it.
And then week 18, the end of the season, they go to Buffalo and play the Bills. I got this as a loss. I think Buffalo's going to sweep the division. They're going to sweep the Patriots. And the Patriots end the season 10-7 on the year.
Mac Jones going to put
So I had Buffalo winning that first game, and I said the Minnesota game when we predicted against Minnesota. I said that was going to be key games to catching up. Buffalo was trying to catch up, or New England's trying to catch up to Buffalo to win that division. This will be the game that cost New England the division right here. Buffalo, they lose to Buffalo against the Bills in Buffalo, lose that division, but still end up 11-6.
You see how you want to paint the narrative to make yourself feel good?
I know I don't have a narrative. I made that point. Hold on,
PSW. How the Viking fan is here, and then y'all know. I don't know how this.
Let him know he's right, wiping tears away. I made that prediction for a reason because I have reasons in that. Go get your tissue. Hey.
Total bullshit.
You see that right here? Here's a tissue for you. I'll hand it through the phone. Here, I'll give you a tissue right there to the phone so you can cry.
Man, oh God. Hey, if you want to wipe my ass, I'm cool with it.
No. See, that would have to involve me going like this through the phone.
So, okay.
David just trying to hurt me. My bad,
So you guys have, okay, let me ask you guys something. I got the
Izzy, right now, Super Bowl picks, Izzy, right now, Super Bowl pick.
I'm not giving a Super Bowl pick. I'm focusing on New England Patriots. Look, right now, I got the New England Patriots. They end the season at 10-7. Does 10 wins get them into the playoffs?
Ooh.
Is they gonna make the playoffs?
Probably not. Probably
with
not with Kansas City's.
I've been said they gonna make it. I've been said that they gonna win a division. Mac Jones, stop sugarcoating and watering down. We don't eat toast.
I don't know.
We eat Pop-Tarts.
Okay, Pop-Tart. Now listen. With the West being, with the Chiefs division being so hard, with that division being so hard this year, and it being so close for me with Kansas City, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Chargers, that's going to be two, and Denver. That's going to be two out of that division, possibly. It's going to be hard to make, maybe three. It's going to be hard to end up with 10 wins and.
Yeah, I think to win the playoffs in the AFC, you got to win at least a minimum of 11 games.
Yeah.
And if you don't win 11 games, you're shot.
But how do we go to y'all was talking about the player.
No, I'm talking about he asked, will they make the playoffs with 10 wins? I say no, because in Kansas City's division, I think it's the West, there's going to be two, possibly three that are going to be 10 wins. I think it's going to be this close in that division, this close.
11 wins probably.
Or 11 wins, excuse me. It's going to be this close in that division to the first place and the third place in that division. So I don't think you can get 10 wins in their division in the East.
They don't play any NFC West teams. They don't play any NFC West teams this season either.
David, they
play the Raiders. They play the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's the only team they play. You said what?
The Patriots. What is he getting at?
I'm saying, are they making the playoffs this year? Yes or no?
Is the playoff? Hold up. You said is Patriots gonna make it? I already told you, yeah.
Al says yes. David, you think the Patriots make the playoffs this year?
According to mine, with 11 wins, yes, but if they get 10, no, because of that. Like I said, the Kansas City's division, the West is too tough.
Right. So that's why I said. That's why I said that Cincinnati game was big, or no, the Vegas game was big because they really needed to win that game.
And the Buffalo game.
Wins, in my opinion. So I think, or the Buffalo game is big too. The Buffalo, if they can win the last game of the season against Buffalo in Buffalo, then they make the playoffs. If they don't, then they don't make the playoffs at 10-7. They don't make the playoffs.
So they would have to sweep them. They would have to sweep Buffalo.
With that being said, I'm gonna close the book on this chapter for the New England Patriots. We'll come back next time and we'll talk about those Buffalo Bills, who I think are going to be the best team in football next year. Everybody go ahead and like and subscribe to the podcast. Go check us out on YouTube. Go check us out on Facebook.
Can I say something before we get on? Hey, Alabama, I just want to say, New England gonna lose to Bills and the Dolphins.
I want to say two things before we end out. One, go Pack, go Nation. If you're a Packer fan, join. Okay. Second of all, this team is going to win the division and the NFC North champs again. It's going to repeat as NFC North champs again. Aaron Rodgers is going to be the daddy of Minnesota. Especially when he goes to that crap hole in Minnesota and beats the tar out of them. And we're going to win the division again, of course. So with that being said, we rule the division, and Buffalo right now rules this division. So,
all right.
Well, New England, hey, they gonna make the playoffs. The Patriots make the playoffs.
You guys go check our NFL Supreme, our NBA Supreme Facebook page. Go ahead and like the Fine Sports World Facebook page, and give a special shout out to our sponsors, Bruce Bear. Go ahead and let your presence be felt. I dropped the link in the podcast as well. Go like Outer Vikings fan page. Go like NFC North the Huddle.
Go Pack Go Nation. Go like Go Pack Go Nation.
And everybody here. That's the New England Patriots season preview. And here at Press Sports World, bring the heat.
Bring the heat, baby. Bring the heat.
Bring the heat, baby.
Go Pack Go Nation, everybody. Go Pack Go Nation. Number one on Facebook.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.